welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the first segment in a series of designing my Fairycore island, and I figured what better way to start than to show you guys what villagers I'm going to be using. But since my villagers aren't all stereotypical Fairycore villagers, I thought it would be a fun idea to go ahead and show you guys what I think the best villagers are for each personality type for Fairycore. So let's get into it. Yeah. Alright, so the first villager type we're going to be going over is Cranky. And also just keep in mind, I kind of chose these villagers out of their color schemes and their animal type. I didn't really take their houses into account for because with the new update, I'm pretty sure we can change the exterior of their houses. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Alright, so for my Crankies, I've chosen Bruce, the little blue deer, and then Chief. We have, he's just so cute with his little tie, and I don't know, I think the fox villagers or wolves or whatever they are really cute for Fairycore because they're little foresty animals. So basically the deers and the wolves I think are really good choices for this. And then we have Lobo and Wolfgang. Their colors are just very good for Fairycore. The purple and the blues, I think they just go very well. Like I said in previous videos, I really like the purple and blue and pink tones for Fairycore just because I think it makes it look very magical. Very magical. So sisterly, I honestly had a really hard time picking up villagers for Fairycore. So I kind of only had Fuchsia and Faith to work with. I do have Muffy up here as an honorable mention, just in case you guys are doing like a darker fairy look. I don't know, but Fuchsia, I think her colors go really well with the theme, and Faith, I think she's very like plain looking, so I think she could kind of work on Fairycore and maybe like cottagecore islands, just very like islands that are kind of like nature-y themed. Yeah. Jocks, another one I had a hard time with. But for the Jocks, I have picked out Dom and Rudy. Tenchang's just up there because I think he's really stinking cute. Okay, don't at me. But Dom, obviously, he has a very sweet face and he looks very magical. And Rudy, kind of like I said about Faith, he's kind of like on the plainer side. So I feel like he would work on the more natural types islands, like cottagecore, Fairycore, that kind of whole theme. I think he'd be really good for. So obviously I have a lot of peppy villagers up here just because I feel like their color schemes work the best with the theme I'm going for. I have Blue Bear, which she's like a little forest animal and she's the colors we want. And then I have Mary, she's like more simple looking, like the whole normal cottagecore. Yeah, you guys get what I'm going for. And then Chai, her colors are very good. And then Bunny, she's a staple for I think any Fairycore, cottagecore, that kind of look. And then Cookie, Rosie, and Chrissy all have the fun, magical colors that I like to go for this theme. The cool dudes, my smug boys. Alright, so I have picked out Julian, Marshall, Sel, and Raymond is my honorable mention because I love Raymond a lot. I feel like that's very basic of me to say, but I had him on my island, my very first island, and I just fell in love with him. He's very sweet. I love him. But anyways, Julius, for obvious reasons, he's a magical unicorn boy, and then Sel and Marshall are, like I said before, the little normal, the little, like, soft animal critter thing, and then Raymond, like I said, he's just there because I love him. Alright, don't at me. Bye! My Snooty girls. Alright, Snooty is probably my favorite villager type. I just love how they're all sassy in the beginning, and then they just grow to be sweet. Of course we have our girl Judy because her colors just fit perfectly, and then we have Blair and Freya, our little normal critters, normal looking critters, obviously not normal villager type. And then Azalea, I really like the flower on her nose and her head, and her colors are just perfect. The same thing with Diana with the colors. She looks like a cotton candy gal. And Petri, she's a science fairy, don't at me. I mean, she's totally looks very, right? My sweet little lazy fellas. Oh my gosh, Lazy. Okay, I know I said Snooty was my favorite, but Lazy is probably my second favorite villager type. So obviously we have our sweet little boy Sasha. He's very cute, very fun and colorful. The same thing with Sherp. He just has the right color schemes as well as Filbert. And then for our natural little woodland creatures, we have Eric and Bew, because they are cute boys. Alright, so I know this looks like a lot, so don't at me, but I don't think I'm gonna name off every one of these, but basically I have chosen them for the same reasons. Either they are natural woodland looking creatures, or their color scheme is perfect. This is Megan, Gil, Lily, Ione, Maple, Poppy, Fauna, Daisy, Atoile, Shaviri, Chelsea, Marina, Meringue, and Freya. Or no, that's not Freya. Flurry. Okay, Freya and Flurry confuse me all the time because they just have snowy names. But yeah, these are my normal picks, and yeah, like I said, they're all picked because they either have the right colors or they look like little woodland creatures. Also, shout out to my girl Ione because she is so cute. And finally, these are the villagers I have chosen for my personal Fairycore Island. I have Ione because I love her. She glows in the dark. She is best girl. And then Sasha, his colors are super sweet. Poppy actually showed up in my campsite one time and I fell in love with her. I think I really adore the squirrel villagers. The same thing happened with Blair. She was also in my campsite and I really fell in love with her, and they're both cute little natural woodland girls and I loved them. And then we have Judy, of course, her colors are perfect. Raymond, like I said before, he's just there because I love him, and you can say the same thing for Petri. They're not really super Fairycore, but since you can edit villager houses now, I think they'll work perfectly fine. And then I have Rosie, Meringue, and Azalea because their colors, they work perfectly. They're cutie girls, and I very much love them. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching to see who my best picks for Fairycore are. If I chose someone on my list that you personally think is Fairycore, I'm very sorry. These villager opinions are just my own and not like the final word. Like obviously, I'm just a small little VTuber person. But anyways, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed seeing what villagers I like and what I think would work best for my island. This is, like I said, going to be the first video in a series of little designing my Fairycore island. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the future videos on me designing my Fairycore island. Bye-bye!